I'm Michelle from Vitality Reconnected. Each week I share tips and information on ways that you can reconnect with your inner vitality. This week's topic is learning to say no. I think this is actually a really important topic for women because women tend to put everybody else first and put themselves last. But we've all heard of the saying, you cannot give what you do not have. And I think it can actually be detrimental to our own health and happiness if we're constantly giving to others. I also think that women tend to see this as black and white. If you're taking, then you're selfish, or if you're giving to yourself, you're selfish. But if you're giving to other people, you're seen as a good person. I don't think it's black and white, and I think we have to stop looking at it in this perspective in order to be able to see what's really going on. Remember that if we can look after ourselves better, we have better energy and better quality of life, and therefore we can be more present and more energized to be around those that we're trying to care for and nurture in the first place. Tip number 1 is being more honest and speaking up for yourself. Practically every woman that I work with comments on how she wishes there were more honesty in the world and that the people around her were more honest. Let's start with ourselves and ask ourselves, are we living this value? Are we being open and honest with the people around us? Tip number 2, I want you to imagine that it's your daughter, your sister, your best friend, your mother that is not looking after themselves or not giving, nurturing and supporting themselves. What would you tell them to do? We tend to speak to ourselves and treat ourselves harshly. We're our own worst critic. But if we look at how we speak and act to those that we love the most around us, we can see that we would never treat them the way that we are treating ourselves. So my tip here is check in with yourself, and if it's not something that you'd say to your daughter or your best friend, then why are you saying it to yourself? My tip number 3 is start with small things. It might be simply saying no to taking on an additional task at work when your schedule is already full, or going to an additional event when you're just exhausted and you need sleep or time with the family. Start with the little things and then gradually it will flow out into the big things. But remember, little things first. You've got to crawl before you can walk. So I'd love to hear from you and your thoughts on this topic. Please comment them in below. If you like what you see, make sure that you hit subscribe. I put new videos up every Monday.